Hey, hey, Addie G in the house. All right, guys, as usual, I have a little something to say. Welcome to my channel. Supporters, non supporters. I have, at the moment, 51 subscribers and very few likes, so it's not hard to see what's happening. All right, so anyhow, I want to show you a bag, guys, that my old boss made for me, the director of nursing, and it says, "Go ahead, underestimate me." That'll be fun. That's my name here on the bottom, Addie. All right, so anyhow, I am in between rounds, and the fact that I work night shift gets a little boring. There is basically nothing to do unless you go down, wake people up, invade their privacy, and, so on. So, I do work a lot of hours. I am pulling back from that, so I can finally have a freaking life. Some years back, and this was very sickening how this happened. Some years back, I tried to get to know someone. I was putting in a lot of hours. And, I've never seen in my life to where someone tries to crucify you and destroy your life because you tried to get to know them and, was very good to them. So, our world has really become such a sickening place. And as you all know, I'm constantly fussing, constantly raising Cain over my grandbabies. It is really repulsive what happened, what went down. I have been trying to get the attorney money together, and there have been so many people for their own different reasons that have tried to, some of it just vindictive, spiteful heifers. Some of it just corruption, political corruption, judicial system, such and such, in South Carolina itself. That have a lot of people that have stood in the way of that, right down to baby mama. They sabotaged my son's vehicles. They've sabotaged jobs of mine, jobs of his, and so on and so on. And I'm just sick to death of people thinking that it's okay. People thinking that it's okay to hide abuse and corruption. Like I say, none of us are perfect. We all have flaws. But I've never truly cared what anybody else in this world does. I truly do not, never have, never will. But what I do care about is, people coming at me and thinking I'm just going to sit down, shut up, lay down, accept it, and take it. Now, I was put through hell and back, not that I hadn't already been there, behind this bullshit. So, all I can say to you is, regardless of what somebody throws at you, keep your head up, keep moving forward, and keep going. You will see some of my shorts where I'm fussing about this. The thing that I find the most sickening is when the mother calls the child a neck injury and then had the audacity to tell her, "Baby, we're going to get you some help," to try to convince this child that never happened. And we do have that on recording, as well as other recordings that simply have not been released yet. But they will be when we go to court. All right? Right down to her admitting in front of a social worker that the other social worker basically lied on drug tests for her, Now, you've all heard before, I've said it before, as a nurse in the medical field, I have no issue with, marijuana. I find that pharmaceutical companies make millions when THC, marijuana, the plant, that was something that was just automatically here on earth. It was something that was God-given. It was grown. It helps with glaucoma. It helps with cancer patients. It helps with a lot of things, anxiety, and so on and so on. So, no, I do not see an issue with that. Now, when you go to talking cartels and pounds, and yeah, that's an issue. But the fact that it's government controlled, come on. All right, so anyhow, I watched a thing one time where this guy, his child had seizures often. And even with the medications from the pharmaceutical companies, it was doing no good. There was very little effect. And he actually put his child on, I'm not even sure what they call it other than miracle marijuana. But he put his child on it. He actually videoed the seizures the child was still having on the pill forms from the pharmacy companies. And then he videoed how it was such a huge change when he actually put his child on medical marijuana. So, and I mean, you could literally see this in the videos. The seizures were less intense. not as long lasting, and not as often. So it did his child a world of good. All right, so we're just going to kind of freestyle here. Like I said, I'm in between rounds, have a little time on my hands, unless I scrub floors. So we'll do a little freestyle and catch a little reading. All right, so let's see what we get. Lord, I ask that you let your divine light just flow through me as I speak truth and nothing but the truth that I know to my knowledge as I lay these cards. All right, so let's get in it. I know one thing. I know this. I know what happened. I know what went down. I know it's still happening. There were a lot of people that thought they were going to make me look crazy when I came out and tried to speak on what was happening. And when they realized I do have intelligence, I am not intelligence, and I am not crazy, that, that wouldn't work. So, of course, they're still hacking me. And I have recent proof of that. All right? So, and I tell you, I have days to where, I'm going to tell you straight up, I have days where I just want to burn this bitch down. I want to go ahead and throw my proof out there and let the world see what tarot readers did. But on the other hand, there are innocent people also involved that had nothing to do with it, that make their living off of their tarot readings, that help provide for their families. And that is the main reason I have not blasted off and done that. But I tell you what, guys, it's very hard to hold those emotions back, knowing my grandbabies still sit there, still being mentally tortured, abused. And I cannot tell you how disgusted I am with the CPS system in Carolina, that women that are looked upon as officials to hold an official position and do an official duty helped hide this. Right down to the point of when my grandchildren did speak with them, they ran back and told the mother everything. So the mother could get a heads up, ward it off, and not be prosecuted for it. It's sick. It's just sick. All right. So, I had to really clear my energy from that. It's something, those screams that never dies in my head. And it's something I'll never forget. So I don't give a damn what any of you say, what color you are. There's not a damn thing you are going to do that is going to stop me when it comes to having my sons back and helping fight for those babies. They deserve justice. They deserve to live somewhere where they're not called fat, where they're not called ugly, where they're not whipped for it, for simply trying to express their little emotions. And I cannot tell you how that pisses me off. Straight up, Mama, you a sick bitch. You are sick. And it's all over jealousy. It's all over jealousy because her grandmother loves them. How sick can you be? How sick can you be? We have called. It doesn't do any good to make the call because they protect her. You've got to be a truly sick individual. And not just that, guys. It'd be a cold day in hell. Cold day in hell. Before I sit back and let some of my family members abuse my children. Old lady will raise the sword and it's go time, baby. I've just never seen something so repulsive. And now she monitors the calls, scared to death kids are going to say something. Maybe if you treated them a little better, there'd be nothing to say. And you wouldn't have to sit like an old bitter Betty hen over those phone calls. You are truly a sick individual. But y'all really tried to make me look crazy. Really tried to make me look crazy. Brought characteristics out of me I didn't even know I had. I know we all have a lot of, we have emotions that has been psychologically proven. And that's another thing that gets me. How you going to try to crucify someone for having emotions? My grandchildren are mentally being toyed with. Mentally toyed with. Living in the same home of the same people who abused them. Sprayed whiskey in their face. Burned their little eyes. I remember back before she ever moved, when I would go over to visit or over to pick up or over to bring Happy Meals. I remember that auntie sitting there making little snide comments. That was nothing but straight envy and jealousy. But I never paid any attention to it. I just let it slide, God's seen it all, though. God's seen it all. All right, moving on. We have 3 of water. We have someone making a call, some celebrating. And it just repulses me because truly it doesn't matter who you are, what color you are. This is children. This is children that look up to adults to be protected, loved, and cared for. And it's like this mama can't see what you're doing now has a lot to do with their future. What is it? Are you scared they're going to have education to where everybody else didn't? Are you scared they're going to outshine you? I've never seen someone jealous of their own children. It's sickening. These babies could be in cheerleading. They could be doing horseback riding. You know, if you don't help them develop, well, you're going to be sitting back taking care of people until you're old, gray, and literally have the dirt thrown on you because you didn't condition them or train them to get out there and be valid, productive citizens. You were too busy trying to tear them down. And that's what this is all about. Why would you tell a 10-year-old child, an 8-year-old child that they're ugly and fat if you weren't trying to strip their worth from them? So now you see why I have a problem with BLM. How can you say Black Lives Matter when this is what you protect? This sick bullshit. All right, so we have Ace of Fire. Action. Passion. Look at that. Somebody's shining a light on something with a passion. I mean, I just can't, I don't know what you expected. Maybe you should have thought of that before you had children with a Caucasian man if you were going to be so damn racist, huh? If you were going to let your family torture this man and be so racist, all because you simply wanted to walk away. Because I assure you, there was a way to go about it without all of this. But of course, to do that, you couldn't hide behind your mask and still should try to prove that you're the innocent one, huh? Truth. All right. So then we have the Three of Fire. And then we have the Queen of Fire. We know that Three of Fire normally stands for ships coming in, but it also stands for education, progress, and a few other things. So we have call, celebration, Ace of Fire, someone moving forward, Three of Fire, possibly to bring something in, and we have the Queen of Fire. We have a lot of fire on the board, Aries, Leo, Sag. We have strength on call. We have fool, on Three of Water. So somebody was a damn fool, took a leap of faith, and celebrated something a little too soon. We have Four of Air, which is someone thinking about it. That forward movement on that new project, that new beginning. Then we have Six of Water. Nostalgia, something from the past, childhood, children. All right, moving on. We had that Queen of Fire. Six of Earth. And sometimes we know what the Six of Earth, Six of Pentacles, sometimes this is justice, this is sharing, balancing the scales. So we have a Queen of Fire, somebody possibly coming in to balance some scales. Standing in their strength, standing in their calling. Sit back, watch some fools, celebrate some things. I can't tell you how much it shocks me that so much corruption happened here, right down to me being illegally investigated as well as hacked, when I made a call for help, And I just do not understand how something this sickening, again, like I say, look around at the world. Look at what people are doing to children, I read something the other day. I saw a video where a woman's child was having a seizure and she put it in the microwave. Yeah, that's the proper way to handle that. So, there's something happening in our world. People are getting away with too damn much and not being held accountable for it. All right, so this is my new little deck I was showing you guys about, Slavic Tarot. Beautiful illustrations. Beautiful illustrations. I love the pictures. This one has the little deer. It's kind of like with the, just like with the political debate between the two candidates for presidency. A lot of people are going to think one way, a lot of people are going to think another way. But the thing that gets me is, regardless of how you think, how can you not think for someone to be prosecuted for severe child abuse is okay? In a way, that kind of makes you a predator as well, right? All right, so we have someone standing in their strength, answering their calling. Seven of Swords. Someone tried to get away with doing something, possibly taking what was theirs. We have the Fool. Someone took a leap of faith. We have the Three of Wands. Somebody tried to take something for theirself. They celebrated it. Then we had the Ace of Fire with the Four of Air, thinking about it. We had the King of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sag. Somebody has decided to step off, walk away, distance themselves from something. We have the Six of Swords in reverse, moving on to calmer waters. So there is someone that has something to do with bringing something in. That Six of Water, that nostalgia from the past, childhood past, children. And we have the Six of Swords in reverse, not moving forward. I can tell you now on my behalf, I'm not budging. I'm not budging. If I have to hire an attorney, hire another attorney, doesn't matter, baby, to the day they turn 18. I mean, if what it takes is to make your life a living hell until my grandchildren are no longer being manipulated, abused, and mentally tortured, well, I mean, that's what I have to do. Because I stand for what's righteous. And what you are doing is not right. What people let you get away with is not right. The people that supported you for you to get away with this is not right. It is not right. And it's not so much about fathers have rights as it is you do not have the right to do what you did to another human being. You do not have that right. All right, moving on. We had the Six of Earth and the Queen of Fire. There's Leo Sag. Someone coming in, speaking that truth, speaking that fire, and bringing in some balance. Seven of Cups. Somebody may be, researching some options. King of Coins. King of Pentacles. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. There's a lot of folks here that were worried about being exposed. So they tried to target me and think they were going to expose my life. What is it you're going to expose? That I'm 53 years old, I've been divorced twice, and I've had sex just like the rest of the freaking world? Is that what you're going to expose? Well, go ahead, baby, go ahead. You dumbasses. All right, moving on. All right, so then we had the Five of Cups in reverse. We know upright that Five of Cups is grief. That's in reverse. Somebody's no longer butthurt. They're possibly just pissed. And you know, the sad thing about it is, for everybody that targeted me and tried to come at me, what the hell would you have done? Well, let me ask you something. Would you have sat back and watched your grandchildren be abused? And how long would you sit back and watch that happen? Huh? How would you feel if somebody tried to sit you down, shut you up, make sure you were not heard? I know what you would have done. You would have corralled even more people together to try to prove your point and seek justice. But you see, y'all tried to stop that also. So if you think karma isn't going to come back to you, a.k.a. universal balance, the only damn person you're fooling is yourself. All right, so then we had the Four of Coins. So somebody's holding that money tight. Seven of Swords. Somebody thought they got away with something. And some of it will simply bring someone some grief. Moving on. Try to take something that didn't belong to them, which they had no right to do. And with that said, let me say, I have given no one power of attorney of me. I have given no one the right to manage me or the authority to manage me or anything else that has to do with me, my home, my income, or anything else. All right, so we had the Star. We know that stands for Aquarius. So someone may have wanted to sit you down, shut you up, make sure you didn't shine because they didn't want you to outshine them. That's a damn good possibility, huh? And they celebrated it. They took that leap of faith and celebrated it. All right, we have the Hierophant. Normally this stands for conformity, tradition. So we have someone up in their head now. We have a King of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then we have the Hierophant. So someone may have stepped off, stepped back. We had that ship's coming in. Something from the past. Six of Swords. In reverse, not moving to calmer waters. Queen of Wands. Isn't that a gorgeous picture? All right, tell us about the options. Okay, over here we had the Emperor fall out. Flip right out of there on someone that tried to get away with something. Like I said, we had calls. Someone trying to either making calls or someone standing in their strength for their calling. But we had someone try to take that. We had someone try to get away with doing a little something. Possibly cause someone some grief. But that is in reverse. I know myself, if I tried to get to know someone, especially back when I was putting in all those hours in 2018, 2019. Baby, if you just get caught a glimpse of my time, if I took the time out of my schedule to spend any time with someone, well, it was damn well a privilege. Because I have to be very impressed, especially when it comes to a man, before I'm going to waste my time. All right, moving on. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse messages. So we have someone celebrated, fool that took a leap of faith. It was so their own ships could come in, make sure they shine. We have messages in reverse. So there could have been someone putting some messages out there that has decided to, back the hell up. All right, so then we had that Ace of Fire, that new beginning, that project. Four of Air. Somebody could be thinking about something they did. We have the King of Wands in reverse. We have the Ace of Cups on the bottom. New beginning in love. New beginning with emotion. All right, and then we have the Two of Wands, which, as we know, represents making a choice and taking action. So someone has learned some wisdom about something, and it could be how they go about making choices and taking action. All right, then we had as I said, the Three of Fire, which is the Wands, representing ships coming in. Also represents educating yourself about something. Six of Swords. So this could be a Queen of Wands doing some research. Queen of Fire. Someone bringing in balance. Checking out their options. King of Coins. So we have at the end here, we have a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo that is checking into some options on some things. Working on something. Seven of Coins on the bottom. And that's the Queen of Coins. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Someone that's wanting to bring in some balance, moving forward with passion. And we have the Strength card. Someone that has strength. Strong individual. All right, let's see. Want to make sure I didn't have one backwards there. I am just, as the Wheel of Fortune flipped over on the bottom, I just cannot tell you how thoroughly disgusted I am with the entire situation and the way everything has gone down past 6 years. I've never seen such sickness. Not to mention, you have to really be ignorant to want to find out about somebody, and you go ask their haters. Old barfly dope hoes from the past back in the 90s. Or their ex. Guys, I listened to a reading the other day, and I want to say this real quick because I can relate to that, and I don't remember who did the reading. It was on someone that didn't want to go home. It was on a man that was working his self-death, didn't want to go home. And I can understand that concept because I remember when I was married to my second husband, and I worked for a state school. I got off one morning, and I had a knot the size of a baseball sitting in my stomach, simply because I was late going home that morning because I stopped at some garage sales. And I knew there was going to be some BS. So when I sat there and I thought about that, I thought to myself, well, now I truly understand why that relationship never worked. Because you tried to control a Capricorn. That never turns out too well. All right, moving on. So, what do you have for us on someone standing in their strength and answering their calling? Three of Swords. Someone that has withstood many pains, many heartaches, many crucial moments in life. All right, what do you have for us on the Fool? We have Aquarius here. We also have Three of Wands ships coming in. We have someone that took a leap of faith. And we have Eight of Wands in reverse. We have Knight of Cups in reverse. All right, what do we have? It's a stubborn energy over here. What do we have on that Queen? Is that the Queen of Fire? No, the Ace of Fire. And the Four of Air. A new beginning, a project. So there's something that's that you're just not going to stop someone on. They're going to keep moving forward with that passion. Just consistently conforming, making the choice to keep pushing forward. Ten of Cups has to do with family. Nine of Swords on the bottom. Mental demon. We had that ships coming in. Research, learning something. Nostalgia has to do with the past. Two of Cups. Six of Swords, not moving forward. Queen of Wands. We know Two of Cups normally represents an offer, but it also represents the offer of that cup. So this is someone steadily fighting for, steadily moving forward for the fight, running straight toward the fight out of love. All right. So over here we have proposal in reverse. This person no longer even cares about making a proposal. It's winner take all. So somebody is coming in to bring balance with a fiery passion. Standing in their strength. Queen of Coins. Researching options. Four of Wands. Not even concerned with a proposal. All right, what do you have for us on this? Three of Swords. Three of Swords, what someone has withstood. Three of Cups. They are going to celebrate. Possibly be rewarded, I don't know. But they are going to celebrate. Answering that calling. Standing in their strength. And every heartache, every pain, every tear, everything that people put them through. They're going to celebrate it. All right, so what do you have for us on this energy over here? Two of Coins. So we have someone, and I mean stubborn, look. Messages in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. Doing a lot of juggling. All right, moving on. Ten of Cups, family, new beginning, project, tradition, the Star. Look at that. So we have two stars on the board. It appears to me one wanted to sit one down, shut one up, make sure one wasn't seen because they wanted to make damn sure someone didn't outshine them. Not understanding. Sometimes the universe is telling you to take a back seat. All right, moving on. Nine of Wands. So someone tried to burden someone from forward movement. This possibly has to do with children. And see, we have that Six of Wands. Six of Swords that represents forward movement. So there were a lot of people that tried to stop a Queen of Coins from having forward movement. Getting any type of offer. Nine of Wands. They wanted to burden that person from moving forward. Yeah, that's a shitty psycho energy. All right, moving on. So we have that Six of Earth. I was thinking nine. So we have that Six of Earth coming in that Queen of Fire energy. Taking action with a passion, whatever the action is. King of Coins, Seven of Cups, reviewing, researching options, standing in their strength. Queen of Coins, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Five of Cups. So this person does still, there's some grief here over something. I know in my case, it's the grief of knowing how my grandchildren are being treated. Inhumane. And that is not acceptable. All right, moving on. So, let's get a little clarification here. Tell us about what this person was put through. The heartache. The confusion. Everything. Everything. And the fact that they are going to celebrate it. Three of Pentacles. Contract. Tell us about the Knight of Cups in reverse, the messages in reverse, the Two of Coins, someone that is juggling because of the decision they made and celebrated too soon. Nine of Cups. They could see something, someone as their wish fulfillment. Let me tell you guys what I heard a man say one time. And I'm sure you women will understand what I'm fixing to say. heard someone speak one time the most foolish words I have ever heard. And they said, if a woman loves you, she'll always return. Now, for all of the women out there, you all already know that's the biggest crock of shit anyone has ever said to you, or the biggest crock of words you've ever heard. Because as women, we know that's not always true. Because a lot of women in this world go through abuse and they return, go through abuse and they return, go through abuse and they return. And guess what? There's one damn day they never return. All right, moving on. Tell us about the star. Tell us about the new beginning, the project. The Hierophant. We also have the Hierophant here. Two of Wands, making a choice. Someone was doing what they were doing for family. And then we have the Hierophant, which we know is wisdom, be it divine wisdom. And then we have the Knight of Swords, somebody that is not afraid to move forward with that sword held high, part the waters, part the land, part the peace, whatever it takes to seek justice, to bring justice in for their family. All right, moving on. Tell us about the Nine of Wands, the burdens people tried to put on them. Burden, because there was no offer of whatever it is they're fighting for. In my case, that would be family. We have Page of Swords in reverse. So they wanted someone to not move forward, to not raise that sword, to not part those waters, to not part that land, and to not part peace. Because sometimes you got to raise a little hell to be heard. All right, moving on. So then we had over here, like I said, guys, we had that person coming in passionately, forward action, wanting to balance things out. Queen of Pentacles. We have that Four of Wands in reverse, no longer even worried about a proposal. It's kind of like a deer hunter going in for the kill. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. Somebody wanted this person grieved, down, hurt, with no forward movement. That's what I call a dirty win. So there were a lot of people, for whatever their reason, be it their image, be it their corruption, be it their BS, that tried to hold someone back. All right. You know what? Let's get a couple of our homemade cards on it here. Seeing as I'm right here waiting if anything happens with one of my clients. All right. Tell us about some of the energies. We have a psychic. We have someone that lies to their friends to save face. Not hard to know who that is. All right, moving on. We have someone that strategized, that has a toxic swamp group of fake friends. All right, moving on. We have Gold Digger on the bottom, be it male or female. There it is, baby. Dirty win. So somebody out there did a whole lot to make sure someone else didn't shine, didn't outshine them, didn't get ahead of them. They wanted to make sure that person stayed right there, in grief, laying there just giving up the fight, giving up wanting the win, giving up wanting what is right and just. Sick and pathetic. All right, moving on. This is someone that was dealing with others' energy. And then we have Barfly, male or female. Moving on. An alcoholic. There we go. All right, let's see what kind of angel cards we have on it. What do you have for us, Divine? What do you have for us? I know in one example of something I went through in, we'll say 2018, 2019, I'm pretty damn sure there was somebody didn't want me speaking truth. And I recall that person saying to me one time, we were standing out there under the carport, and a car went by, and he said, that woman spoke bad about me, and I'm going to get her. I never forgot that. I never forgot any of it. All right, moving on. It's kind of amazing when you see someone's mask drop, and you start realizing exactly who you were dealing with. But that's all right, because the devil always finds the devil. All right, guys, so we have faith, the angel of faith. I have faith that goodness and joy are mine now and forever. Right on. Moving on. Could have even had something to do with faith. What else do you have for us, divine? Harmony. I live in harmony when I am one with Source. And we have Archangel Metatron. I'm united with the source of all goodness, love, and creativity. So this had something to do with someone's creativity. Had something to do with someone's forward movement. A lot of people coming at them. This is kind of like someone in their flying monkeys. But there was someone. There were, let's just say there were two stars here. And it's a possibility this star wanted to make sure this star was never seen. Because they just might have, no matter how hard they tried to hide them. You see how this one's bigger? They just might have messed around and outshone them. So that's what I have here, guys. That's what I see. That's a wild reading, right? So, needless to say, no matter who tries to bury you, if you've got to use a teaspoon to dig your way out of that dirt where somebody tried to have a dirty win, never lose your faith, never drop your head, never let your backbone slide, and keep moving forward. That's what I have, guys. Let no one stop you, especially when you know you are standing up for what is right and just. And, I'm kind of going through something like that all over again right now myself, to where I tried to stand up for something that was right, what was just, and what was correct. And, again, I was crucified for it. So, but that's all right, because I know the good Lord has a plan for me, and He's going to bring me in even something better. All right? All right, guys, so if you like the reading, give it a thumbs up. Give it a like. Maybe come back and catch a reading later. Addie G, where we speaking the real. Ain't no games. Life goes by too fast, too short for mind games, dope heads, dope hoes, and BS, as well as abuse. Peace out.